going on, everybody? This is Tyler at GIZORAMA again. Back for another episode of Pillars of Eternity, the Ranger. If you remember correctly, in the last episode we created Elfy the Archer, and when we last left off with him, there was a huge windstorm, and him and his two pals here they ran into a cave after everybody that was with them died. Everybody in their caravan died. And we kind of ended things there. So we're going to pick up again with them in the cave.
Was that?
A Beowick. Had to be.
The Beowick is, of course, the windstorm. It's their fancy word for it.
And we're lucky to be alive.
And we're the only ones.
We can't stay here. There could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's get further inside. Can you walk?
Hildan's jaw tightens. He nods. So remember, he got his gut slashed a little bit by some guys that came and raided our camp. And there'll be a decision to make coming up here, but let's just kind of
no problem.
Start walking. I guess they weren't really caves. There's the ruins that we were going through here.
That should be far enough. But what now?
We look for another way out. Storm has to die sometime.
So we can find out all these things. What happened out there? Obviously, that Beowalk came upon us, or whatever. That windstorm. Who attacked us? Good question. I don't remember. The Galanthans. Those be the hut dwellers Odama warned you about. Blah blah blah. So yeah, those guys attacked us because they thought we were going into their ruins and fucking shit up. Yep. See, they said we could trespass in their ruins. We weren't, unless somebody was and we didn't know about it. Of course. Everybody else in our caravan's dead. Who cares? You don't seem too upset about all this. She hides her emotions well. Let's just get going. Hildan takes a step forward and his knees buckle, and before anyone can catch him, he stumbles to the ground, his cheek striking the time-worn cobbles. On unsteady legs, he claws his way up the wall and back to his feet, but his stance is shaky, like a sailor walking on land after a time at sea.
Could we maybe stay here and rest a few hours? I've lost some blood. It seems quiet off to the left. There'd be a place to rest there.
I hate to say this, but we can't afford to stay put. Those Glonfathans were riled about something. Could be we got company in here. Looters will be armed and ready to kill, and there's probably a lot of them. We can't be caught sleeping in their beds.
Please, I just need to lie down for a while. Then we can move as fast as you want.
Looks like I have a decision to make here, right?
Maybe you didn't hear me. We are gonna die in here if we don't get moving and get this place figured out before the looters come back. We've either got to find the exit or a damn good place to hide.
Alright, so it seems pretty obvious here. I can either choose to camp and rest, and that'll obviously get Hyodan back up to health, or I can just move forward without him coming up to help. The downside, of course, to resting is that we can be attacked. I don't want to take that risk. I'm going to go with Kaliska. We're going to press on.
I'll do my best.
Hyodan will do his best. Why not? Alrighty. So he said that this way looked clear. Remember, that's where he wanted to camp. We'll just go check it out because we'll make sure there's no good loot over here. There is
See if they left anything
something.
behind.
That's fine what they have. More camping supplies. Okay, that allows us to do the camping. That's, I think, kind of heals everybody, saves the game, that kind of thing. We got a mace here. Sure. And this hammer and chisel, I haven't figured out exactly what this is for. A simple iron hammer and chisel used for chipping away at hard surfaces, particularly ones that display structural weaknesses. Okay, I have an idea. And over here we got a torch and a small shield. Sure, we'll grab them. Why not? Can sell them later or something, right? Zerika. Start walking here. Let's look at our map just to kind of get an idea of this place. So it looks like there's a way down here, up here. Let's go this way. What we got here? trembling, sickly creature emerges from the dark, clutching a spear. Knobby elbows and thin ribs show through its scaly flesh. Blah blah blah. He's kind of afraid of us. We can kind of raise our arms, stand still, tell it we're not going to hurt it. We can tell it we're going to hurt it, or slowly back away. I'm going to say, it's okay, it won't hurt you. He recoils, fingers still wrapped tightly around its spear. The creature cocks its head and approaches you. A soft clicking sound emanating from the back of its throat. Creature sniffs around you and finds nothing of interest, steps back, blah blah blah. Let's fuck it up. Because, hey, why not? Cool. Let's just get in there. I think that's pretty easy guy to beat. Yep, it was a very easy guy to beat. Cool. Oh, wait, let's see what he's got. I think he has a spear that might come in handy. Another small shield. A medium shield. Dead body here.
Wait.
Maybe we can loot it.
Do you hear that?
Oh, shit, what do we hear? Crossbow. Oh, this sucks. You remember I spent that money on this, so... That was dumb of me. Oh well. Relief gem, torch, and a tattered journal. Let's look at that tattered journal real quick. It may have a quest. Small folio is torn in several places, and blood is soaked into several of the sheets. One later entry is still legible. Blah blah blah. I can't believe my luck. Few rounds died. It's a genuine artifact. Fellow who had it said it was a pretty nothing as far as he's concerned, but he's willing to go digging in some ruins. But if he's right about this gem leading to a hidden treasure, then that's worth sneaking past a few painted elves. I'll head to Ciantlis, which is where we are, in the morning. Then it's just a matter of finding this relief he was talking about. I have played this part, and I know. I have a feeling I didn't actually discover this treasure at the time, but I think I might know where it is. Let's just go ahead and kill this guy too. Why not? Yeah, fuck off. Dead.
That looks weak.
This
Could be a
looks
shortcut.
weak. Crack runs along the wall from floor to ceiling. A light gust of air passes through it. Use the hammer and chisel to weaken the wall. Remember I said I think I know where that's going to come in handy. Because I knew this was coming up. That work, the cracks lengthen and widen with your efforts, but the process is more taxing than you'd expected. Sweat beads your forehead and your muscles begin to ache. Continue chiseling at the wall. After several long moments, you begin to see light on the other side. With one final tap, several blocks of stone shift and then tumble loose, clearing a gap just wide enough to pass through. Cool. So a puzzle, I suppose, but a fairly obvious one.
I could scout ahead. See what's around the corner.
Each in reach is a dangerous place full of lurking enemies and carefully concealed secrets. Enabled scouting mode and search for hidden objects like traps and secret doors. So we have scouting modes right here. It's also the alt button.
Be quiet.
And you move real slow while you're walking around like that. See, that's a bad guy. We should be able to sneak up on him, maybe. Ah! Alright, kill him. Sweet. Now, I'm assuming there's like a trap or something around here, but I don't know, maybe not.
Fresh air in here. I think we found an exit. Sounds like the storm path, too.
But wasn't there a treasure down here, maybe? Like, over here? That doesn't look like it. Okay. Well, I guess I won't find that treasure in here. Spider. I just gotta kill it. Easy. Easy peasy. You can hear that though, right? You can hear some tingling sounds. Another spider. Combat's insanely easy at the beginning of this game, which I think is good. We're playing with a genre that isn't really terribly popular anymore. Some people, I think a lot of us are not necessarily used to it. I hear a sound, and it looks like there's something sparkling right there. I think I need to go into my inventory. And that jewel, remember that jewel that we saw? Where is that? I thought she had it. No. Tattered journal, torch, leather, blah blah blah. What's that mace though? That mace might actually be nice for her. Battle axe, was it? No. You can take that, put it right there. Open up a spot, right? Small shield. Medium shield, give her a shield as well. Cool. Yeah, I guess there isn't. I could have sworn I picked that up. Guess not, though. Huh. Let's read this again. This gem leading to a hidden treasure. That's what it's sneaking about. Right? So you would think there'd be a gem that I would have, which I know I picked up. I swear to God I saw it. But I didn't find it. Oh well. My other game I didn't do that either, so guess I'll never know. Alright, so this is how you exit. Just click on those little symbols like that. Alright. 4 robed figures stand silhouetted before an otherworldly apparatus, an ancient structure of chiseled adra and metallic veins. Veins, inscrutable and ominous, and looming like a silent observer. Standing motionless in their midst is what appears to be a human body, colorless as stone or ash. So yeah, those guys are totally burnt. The other figures gaze upon it in what might be contemplation. From your vantage point, you are well obscured from their view. The face of one of the figures is distantly visible, framed by long tendrils of oily gray hair, tinged dark at the ends, and a thick beard that seems to obscure all trace of emotion. Blah, blah, blah. A lot of descriptors in here.
Oathbinder, bear witness, and see this man has kept his word true to his last breath, full to his blood's last drop. Guide his soul, queen that was, and regard it among your favored. Let his life by the key be his confession. Let his death by the key be his absolution. May he walk the world ever free of the crushing weight of the book. Your brother has done his part, and you have seen the power of his contribution. I will accept no further hesitation.
Is there a dude right there? There's a guy right there in there. Okay.
In the sight of the queen that was, will you fulfill the oath? Will you take your place beside your brother in the endless esteem of her memory that is without flaw? Step forth and be assured of the great worth of your life's course.
Mm-hmm. Alright, here we go. For an instant, the apparatus goes quiet, and the air is still. Then, all at once, it erupts with a concussive surge. Light floods your vision, and you are knocked to the ground. Your head snaps back as you land, and pain wells into the back of your skull, washing your last thoughts away into the black, unconscious void. You open your eyes to a different place, another time. You stand in a circular room, grand and domed, its walls lined with adra and trimmed with copper. The style is ancient, but the chamber is unweathered. At the far end, a great pillar of adra pierces the floor from below like a ragged spike, its shimmering texture giving the illusion of boundless depth. Encircling the pillar is an apparatus much like the one you have just seen, but immense and multifaceted and intertwined, the work perhaps of a prodigious but fevered mind. Okay, fevered mind. Alright, so I think we're looking at this guy right here. That's if I had to take a guess, my assumption is this is a pillar of eternity. I'm not telling you anything. I don't know this already, so it's just a guess at this point. Prediction. Your thoughts are yours and not yours, and they seem to exist before you think them, And they are all questions. Pressing questions, troubling questions, questions that must be answered. Or, at the base of the pillar now, you see a man with a thick gray beard and ceremonial robe, his oily hair tucked beneath a black cowl, and a strange ornamental headdress. This is, of course, the man that was speaking earlier. You know this man. You are walking towards him now at a pace that is hurried while trying not to appear so. You have something you want to ask him, one question above all, and the question spins madly in your mind. What's the question? Alright, those dudes are gone, and oh my goodness. My friends are dead. You awaken to find your malaise is broken, only to be replaced with something far more confusing. Faint whispers are audible at the edge of your hearing, like a ringing in your ears that does not subside. This is something that'll come up quite a bit. Movement flits through your periphery, but when you turn to look, you can see no sign of whatever it was. You find your gaze regularly darting this way and that, an involuntary paranoid tick. If this is a sickness, it may be dangerous to go without treatment for long. The figures of the machine stand frozen in place, flesh and blood replaced with cinders and ash. The man who led them is nowhere to be seen, so it seems as if those gentlemen over there have turned to ash after the ceremony that was performed. Hyodan and Kaliska lie bloody on the uneven cobbles, their bodies twisted unnaturally in death. Yes, they have died. You are alone and far from help. Gilded Veil may be your best hope of receiving treatment before things get worse. Alright, this actually surprised me quite a bit. I thought those guys were going to be permanent, particularly Kaliska. But look at all this stuff that they have for me, so I'll take that. Kind of armor, I don't know what kind of armor I have. I guess I can see there. Okay, so scale armor is definitely better. I think I need to leave some of this stuff behind, or I'm gonna run out of room. I don't really need that anymore. Small shield, no. Take this crossbow, cause fuck it. Take these guys, this guy, and this guy. Okay, oh cool. I think that'll sell that stuff later on. Oh. It's disturbing. A guy being tortured. Alright, so we got these bodies down here. What happens if we touch them? Vessel flesh. Alright. What's this? Someone being burnt at the stake. Gross. I wonder what I do with this stuff. I'm not just saying that, I really do wonder what I do with this stuff. Let's look at this thing here. This massive structure is formed of stone, hydro, and copper, and covered in strange glyphs. The air around it vibrates with an unusual energy. It's glowing now. It was not doing that earlier. Can move on, I suppose. Let's pick some flowers. Alright. And click on this guy here. Trying to get here. We are here. Click on the next place. Go to the next area.
Why, I could bed down here.
Yep. Guy, it's just stupid, his voice. What the fuck is this? Can't be spies, need that shit. Cool. Oh, my flowers picked too. I don't remember what you picked these flowers, but I don't know yet. I guess we'll find out later. Alright. Oh, ghost. Ghost. Looks like something I can... I don't know, is it a flower or is that a... It's blood moss. Alright. The hell? Where do I go? Oh, over here. That ghost threw me off, man. Alright. Let's go this way. I don't remember there being any combat through here, so... The thing with this game is I found that wandering off the trail isn't necessarily better, usually. Kinda get killed and stuff more easily. I think we can go out here, because on our world map here, yeah, that looks like the way to go.
Yeah?
Like that. And we go to Gilded Vale. This is, of course, where we were headed. I think that's where Kaliska's sister was, if I'm not mistaken. And there was an offer by some guy, Roderick, I think to stay there or something. I'm not really sure. I can't remember. We'll go into town here and look around. Oh my God. Jesus. Man approaches you, his skin is dull and gray as the desolate village behind him. He scans you with sunken, lifeless eyes. You must be one of the new settlers. Welcome to Gilded Vale. You'll be pleased to know that we've had some recent vacancies here. He glanced at the gnarled, leafless monstrosity of a tree next to him. You welcome everyone this way. The only answer you hear is the buzzing of flies from the tree. So
Of course,
maybe.
we'll need to make some inquiries first. The inestimable Lord Radric VII has taken great pains to insulate our town from Widewind's legacy. Have you ever sired a Hollowborn child?
What the fuck is a Hollowborn child?
An infant born without a soul, of course. Lord Radric has made it his first priority to eliminate this scourge from our village.
Why isn't this part voiced? That's strange. I've seen that a couple times, and you'll see it later on where half of the dialogue might be voiced and the other half won't be. Sometimes it seems like it's maybe the some of the ancillary dialogue choices maybe, but this seems like a pretty major conversation. I don't understand why this isn't voiced, maybe other than they couldn't get the voice actor in the studio that day for whatever reason. I should warn you, stranger, here in the Gilded Vale we have a special place for dissidents, charlatans, and those who would hide a curse in our midst. He steps to the side and inclines his head ever so slightly toward. He's basically suggesting they'll fucking hang me. Jesus, I don't want to read. His lordship's wife is with child and due any day now. Without his approval, I shan't be able to find you a permanent settlement. We'll have to wait until after the birth. He folds his arms. We can continue our interview then after the bells toll from Radric's hold to signal my lord's new heir. So yeah, I guess we're just going to have to sit around, wait around until the bells toll and let us know that Radric had his kid. In the meantime, you can find temporary accommodations at the inn southwest from here. Cool. Well, that's nice of you. That tree over there. Now, what do I want to say? I've been feeling strange ever since a close call with a bioic. Is there someone in town who could help? You said something about Hollowborn and Widewind's legacy before. Let's see here. Before I got here, I saw several people conducting a strange ceremony near some ruins. Well, what choice would I make here? A tree over there. Hollowborn. Widewind's legacy. Forget that you foreigners do not have this curse in your homelands. The Hollowborn have been a scourge upon Deerwood for almost 15 years now. He lowers his voice, whisper, children born without souls. Shakes his head, pitiful, dumb things that breathe barely but do not truly live. Some say that the Hollowborn are a disease. Some say they are punishment from the gods. He raises his empty hands. In truth, no one knows, but they began spreading after Saints' War, and so the name Widewind's legacy stuck in honor of that foul, blasphemous pretender. Alright. I see. Okay. Lord Radric's decrees may seem strict at times, but he has our best interests at heart. He nods. Okay. I'll take your word for it. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask. It's important that everyone in Gilded Vale understands our rules. I think I have to click this guy. He regards you carefully. You'll want to mind where you mention that. Trespassing on Ingwithan ruins is illegal, not to mention dangerous. You probably saw someone attempting some new ritual to appease the gods. This is, of course, referring to the guy by that big pillar. People will try anything these days. Barath have mercy. We certainly have. I don't think so. Just as they finished, there was a Biawak. If you'd been that close to Biawak, you wouldn't be standing here. So I think one thing this game kind of fails on in the very beginning, at least, is describing how dangerous this Biawak is. You know, I have no opinion on it, I guess, but I have a feeling that maybe that'll come up later on. Not the Biawak, but the possibility that they aren't going to properly disclose how dangerous something might be, you know, for a narrative effect. I've been feeling strange ever since a close call with the Biawak. Is there someone in town who could help? Okay.
Whatever your
Now he talks.
problem, it sounds like a matter for an animancer. However, the only animancer in Gilded Vale isn't in any condition to speak. Consider yourself fortunate. After she failed Lord Radric, we saw to it that she wouldn't profit from the misplaced trust of others. A bad cure is often worse than none at all. But if you're set on finding a bottle of troll piss or a dead Audra pebble to rub on your forehead, you're welcome to check her pockets. A little corpse stink is nothing when you're digging for shit. My advice, however, is to be satisfied that you escaped and leave it at that.
Alright, see ya.
Keep out of...
Oh, the bells.
Listen!
Oh, we're listening.
2 tolls. Let that be the last. 3. God's have mercy.
Uh-oh.
It seems your arrival is ill-timed. 3 bells toll only for the death of a Radric. I fear Lord Radric's heir is lost, or else Hollowborn, and so lost all the same. You should tread carefully. Circumstances have changed a great deal.
Can't be sure of nothing right now. I advise you to get some rest at the inn or a stable for all I care. Find me afterwards. I will know more soon enough. Okay. We'll find him later, I suppose. Let's go. Well, they said to the southwest, so I assume this is the way to that inn. Right there, that's the inn. Let's just start heading over here, right?
Yeah?
Oh. See 4 people gathered by the door to the inn. Their raised voices and chopping gestures suggest an argument reaching its climax. The first figure raises his hands for calm. His face is partially obscured by a hood, but his height and stature suggest an
I
elf.
meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest
about this
over
guy right
around, shall we?
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
Here to intervene here. Let's quiet down, people. We're humble folk, but we're no fools. Not like he thinks, mocking us while he shelters in our village. We don't take to that kind of talk from foreigners, especially not Adarins.
Go on. Say it again. I'm itching for an excuse.
Why, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister, you cocksfeather!
Ooh.
I'll cut that barrel-licking tongue out of your head.
This is a misunderstanding.
Sound like a
I
misunderstanding.
didn't say whatever it is you think I said. We've nigh quarrel.
So he tells him to go fuck his sister. And he's like, no, I didn't. This must be a misunderstanding. I don't think attacking him is such a good idea. The 3 drunks scowl at you and say, why is that? Well, so now we get to use some of our skills here. He's reaching for something, and since it's not the rapier at his side, it's either a wand or a throwing dagger, and you don't look ready to deal with that either. Because then you'll have me to deal with. Or, if someone's baiting you as obviously as he is, it's generally wisest to walk away. I like that. They look at each other. One of the men gives the other 2 a warning shake of his head before turning to you. We're done for now, but this one better watch his step around here because we're not going anywhere. Final Scout, the Elfy turns to leave. So they leave. I've actually fought those guys in the other game with my other characters, so it's an interesting turn of events. 3 stumble away. The elf turns to you. Attention almost gone from his
Not
smooth
quite
face.
how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation. Courtesy
Glad I
is
could
a
help.
rare pleasure in these parts. Though your accent suggests that you are no more local than I.
Thanks. Blah blah blah. He straightens his head. Boots are kicked dirt. But the leather work beneath it is sturdy
I
and
suppose
fine.
introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvusor, at your service.
How'd you manage to get stuck out here? That is something of
I'm
a
a
long
wizard
story.
by training, and an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire. Both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I'm grateful. However, there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land. And how exactly did you come to be here?
I was traveling with a caravan, but we were separated near some ruins.
In Within ruins? Those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. Half the locals would arrest you for trespassing, and the rest would kill you outright. I'm curious, what exactly did you find there?
So I could be silent, lie, and say nothing, or be honest about the Bayawak or several hooded figures operating a strange machine. I want to bring up the hooded figures. It's kind of what something I went with earlier, so why not now? Aloth goggles. Too silently, apparently assessing your earnestness. Finally, he gives you a clipped, awkward laugh.
You do manage to find yourself in rather interesting predicaments.
So how did you manage to cross those
I'm
three
afraid
drunks?
that was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations. It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Adir like it was yesterday.
You did tell that one man to go fuck his sister, which I brought up a minute ago. You did make a rather lewd suggestion regarding one of the aggressors and his own sister. I like, you know, you got a foul mouth, let's just go with it. That, as I tried to tell them, they misheard me. Happens all too easily after a few pints and the accent doesn't help. I'm gonna call him out on his shit. I should speak more clearly next time. My apologies. Alright, well, what are you doing here?
Excellent question. I came looking for fresh air and cheap land. Instead, the magistrate gave me directions to the inn and a story about the local lord's expectant wife. But I take it that's a familiar tale.
It is. And you?
Indeed.
For an
The local lord
souls.
has searched far and wide for similar specialists. He has rid himself of them almost as desperately.
Nodding to the tree. I expect that such expertise would be best sought elsewhere. I should get going.
Should I, given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
Yeah, why not?
Excellent. I shall follow you.
Alright. Alright, so
Got
I
it.
got more people in my party again. You know, safety numbers and all that. So, this is the inn. We're gonna go in here. We're gonna get ourselves a bedroom. So we gotta talk to this gal.
Hail and well met.
That's not what you said, but okay. Please sit where you like. Would you like a drink or a room? We have two available at the moment. I'm afraid we can't offer much by way of a good meal today. Unless you're fond of cold porridge. I just want a room. Of course, we keep them nice and tidy. I can't afford either of these, so I guess we're gonna sleep in the common room. Ugh. Savage. Your sleep is restless and fevered, assaulted by hisses and whispers, blanketed with a suffocating anxiety. You open your eyes to awaken and find yourself in front of Gilded Vale's gallows tree. The creaking of its ropes growing louder in your mind until the sound is deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman whose face is shriveled inward like moldering fruit. Her head hangs limply to one side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind until she is mere inches from your face. Suddenly, her head snaps up and her eyes open, and they are empty. And behind them is a vast nothingness that makes your stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts, and with a gust of rancid air, she speaks a word: Watcher. You jolt awake, the foul smell of the dwarf woman's breath still permeating your nostrils. Sweat runs down your face, and thick droplets in your skin is soaked from head to toe. You remember the woman. You remember seeing her decaying You remember seeing her decaying face when you spoke with the magistrate. He called her an animancer. Though it fills you with a new, queasy apprehension, you feel a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only to confirm she is truly dead. Alright, and I think that's where we're going to call it quits today. Leave you on a little bit of a cliffhanger. So, thanks for joining me. It's been episode 2 of the Pillars of Eternity, The Ranger. Come back next week, next Tuesday, every Tuesday and Thursday on youtube.com/GIZORAMA. This has been a good time. I'm Tyler with GIZORAMA.com. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to it, share, do all those things so everybody can see this. Yeah, thanks for watching.